Well, we may or may not be talking to people right now.
I mean, the people just got to come. We've built it.
Now they need to come. We are refreshing to see if we're live on the YouTube.
We are live on the YouTube.
All right. We are at the BullShooter 37th Annual World Championships here in Chi-Town.
All right. Now we just got to get the people to come. Yeah. We're live, but it says 37th Regional Tour, Nebraska. But we just haven't updated it. We are at the World Finals in Chicago, Illinois. The first event we're bringing you on the stream. We are into the top 16 of the Top Gun Pro AA. We've got Danny Baggish and Rick Hinsey. Rick just beating Mike Maloney in the last round, so we kind of had this one pegged as a good match to come into. Because either way, we were going to get Danny Baggish taking on Mike or Rick.
Yes, and we can just kind of go around the bracket here. As Danny easily wins the first leg, very dominant, 6-5. Jay Barlow just defeated Joe Cheney in another top 16 match. Danny Loudy takes out Alex Spellman. Good win for Danny. Dasan Albert beats Jeremiah Millar.
Dason,
sorry.
You should remember that from last year. Dason ripped up the pro last year.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was crushing it. Oh. And early doors, it's looking like Danny.
And I think this is top 8
of the winner's side?
Yep.
So, yeah. Yep, so we're into the quarterfinal of the winner's bracket. Yeah, and Rick, not at the races yet, only 3.5.
Yeah, no doubt Maloney probably. You didn't play like that against me.
Oh, if he's watching Rick right now? I mean, for all we know, he may have. But Danny puts in another 9. He's had one of those in each leg.
We will have the both semifinals. So following this, we will watch Dason and Dan Loudy. And then we'll have the winner of this come back for Barlow. So keep up with the winner's side of the bracket here.
Another 9 for Danny. So an 8.33. You see him kind of a little head nod back there.
Well, just absolutely no pressure. And, I mean, Danny's already a great player. And then add in there not needing to do a whole lot or being forced to do a lot. He's doing quite a bit.
Yeah, the need's not there, but definitely the darts are. See Danny take a 2-0 lead.
Over on the loser side of the bracket, we're obviously trucking right along over there as well. Some names everybody will be familiar with. We've got Jules Van Dongen, still going. We've got Sydney Vaughn, Shane Johnson, Chris Alexander, Kerry Thaxton, and Larry Butler in a third-round loser side match.
And don't look now, but Danny threw another 9 mark.
It looks like Rick finally off to the races here at least a little bit. Danny there.
Only. But smart play there, getting rid of the 20. He did that in the last leg, too. Down, score. You see what it does. It forces Rick to a new number. So now Danny with the more favorable number, scoring on 19s versus 18s.
Yeah, Rick doing the right thing, just not converting. Another big shot by Danny. And you notice he stayed there because he's defending that larger number, knowing that Rick only needs one to close. Rick's still choosing to shut it down. And only 5 from Danny, so you got to think if you're Rick, that's about the biggest opening you're going to get from Danny Baggish right now. He capitalizes, put in the 9 behind. Did have a fairly just over 64 AA pros this year.
Well, it's pro and AA. They're combined in the Top Gun.
Oh, so the other bracket is
Open.
the open?
Mm-hmm. And then same on the ladies' side. Rick picking it up here. Following that 9 with a couple of 7 marks in a row. Oh. Good idea there from Danny. Just missed the triple 16. So 3-dart finish if Rick wants it, but he's going to go for score.
Yeah, defends that open number.
The next leg will be the really important one here for both of these players. Is Danny knows he gets to go first, even if he does lose this leg, up 2-0, and Rick is going to be forced to break the throw.
Rick just not finding anything in the first 2 legs, able to defend throw there.
And honestly, I mean, given the way Danny played, it would have taken a really strong effort from Rick to win either of those legs. Not to say that he's not capable, but at certain points, you just kind of have to know that your opponent was just too good in a leg.
Yeah. Should be telling in the first 6 darts here.
I think that's pretty telling, honestly. Just as you said, I think Danny knows exactly what spot he's in. He was completely comfortable in cruising, and he knows this is his opportunity to win the match. And we saw a little bit of nerves there with the first 2.
And, I mean, honestly, Danny's got to be happy with that's all he's coming back to the board with to deal with. Nice 7 mark there. Rick going second. Gonna have to do something special here to turn this leg around. A bit of an opening on the first turn, and you got to think Danny's going to go at least 5 from here on out. Yeah, again, best case scenario for Rick. Danny throwing 2 darts at the treble 20 and not finding it. You can't ask for much more. You can't expect him to miss. Oh, and there it is. Well, I said 6 darts. It was more in the 12, 15 range. Danny with another 7 mark. Appreciate everybody joining us. Would shoot us shoot the link out on Facebook. Make sure we know or everybody knows where to find us. We're currently having some problems with Facebook. Nonchalant 5 bulls, but not enough. Danny Baggish only going to need 3 to send himself into the second semifinal. There it is. 3-1 Danny Baggish. So again, up next, we are going to have Dayson taking on Danny Lauby. And after that, we'll have Jay Barlow taking on Danny Baggish to set up our king seat match. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back at the Chicago 37th Annual World Championships.
All right, we're back with our first semifinal. So we've got Danny Lauby taking on Dayson Alberts. Danny putting in an outside, and Dayson with a double bull. So Dayson will have the start. And we made a little bit of an error earlier by saying the losers bracket. There is no losers bracket. We forgot the Top Gun event is single elimination, so this is top 4 here to move into the final.
And now that I've got a look at Dayson, I remember him from last year. Playing extremely consistent.
Yeah, for my money last year, there's always at every single event we do, especially Chicago, there's always a player or 10 that we just don't know that's a standout. And for my money last year, it was Dayson for me. And I think a lot of people knew Dayson just because he's played a good bit online, and he's from the Dakota area where, we see quite a few players come out of. But I had never seen him play until last year. And yeah, no shocker here that he's right back into a semifinal in the Top Gun. And then Danny Lauby, obviously, everyone knows Danny. He's been around since he was a wee tot, and has played a lot overseas. Just came back from being over in Europe to play.
Yeah, getting a nice win on the Modus Tour.
Yeah. Yeah, on the still tip side of things, but Danny, no stranger to the soft tip game.
These matches will very much favor whoever's going first, and from there it'll be kind of coming down to the cork for a lot of these games. We did see Danny Baggish run out to a 2-0 lead in that other quarterfinal, which for this format is a bad spot to be in.
Both players so far just exchanging blows. Dayson going first, just doing enough to keep the lead. Danny trying to stay with him. Looking to fill it up. Oh no. Takes away the 20. I like the aggressiveness. So puts in a pile of 16s to close the score 48. Takes the 20. Up by 32. You force Dayson's hand here. It's the only way to get your opponent thinking. So that's what we like to call forced error there from Danny Lauby to put that pressure on Dayson. And now he gets the opportunity, as we see, and he puts in the 9. So Danny just staying close enough to turn this leg on its head with those last 2 shots.
And those are the kind of chances you have to take in this format. Now, it being the first leg, it's not going to mean a whole lot because if Danny does run this out, Dayson will get the start in the second leg. But those are the kind of shots that you need to turn it around. And here's an opening, though, right back for Dayson to hold throw.
Yeah, he's going to need 3 bulls and a trip 16. Seems shaking his head walking to the board. It's not usually a good sign, as he does miss the first dart. Well, he's not even going to take the lead, so this one all but guaranteed for Danny, as he only needs 1 bull. So yeah, as you said, to kind of piggyback on that, Dayson will have the start again here in leg number 2. So not a traditional break a throw in the sense that Danny now gets to go first, but he did kind of set down a marker there to Dayson to say that, even you going first, I have the ability. I'm playing well enough to put in some big shots towards the back end of legs. Oh, but a slack start there from Danny.
Nice recovery, but still going to be battling against that 20.
You may see some aggressiveness here from Danny again. If he gets a look at that 20. He does, but he hits a 555. Just one of those numbers you don't want to leave your opponent with. None of those look good there for Danny. After that first dart, felt blocked. And if you are just joining us, again, we will have, this is our first semifinal of the Top Gun Pro AA. We will have our second semifinal, which will be Danny Baggish and Jason Barlow, immediately following this one.
And again, we're single elimination tonight. So all those names I was reading off in the quote-unquote losers bracket are actually in the losers lounge. So Danny, again, with a shot at that 20, but unable to convert. Jason going to go back to the 20.
Yeah, with the 20 against the 16, I almost wish he'd have just stayed on it the whole way through. And you see Danny, he really wants to get rid of it. It's not a bad shot.
Well, yeah, he's just losing too much on each dart.
Yep, and that's a large reason why I felt Dason should just stay on it the last time. But he's going to put in the work here. Good shot there to make sure that Danny doesn't have a 3-dart finish.
Yeah, kept him just at arm's length where he needed to be. Yeah, you see the frustration. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. Well, now it really doesn't matter. Only finding 2 of them. He was never going to have a punishing shot after the first miss.
Jason getting the job done. So 1 leg apiece. And Danny will lead us out in leg number 3.
Now, I will say, by just a slight margin, I think Danny's standard of play is going to be a difference in this match eventually. There just seems to be a couple more 2 and 3 mark turns.
I feel like this match is built for 5 legs. And we're going to do a recork. And that recork will be critical.
Danny's just, he's bossing his leg more than Dason. And was able to turn the first leg around. Great standard of play, great pace. from both these players.
Yeah, Danny with a commanding lead in this leg. Even the 9 mark here for Dayson. Not enough for the lead.
And not knowing as much about Dayson as some of the other players, I'm curious if because this is technically a step up for him, right? Playing in the double A's.
Compared to last year, yes.
So I'm curious if that's. I mean, obviously he's run through his bracket as well, but if that'll be an element that we'll watch this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. I think his performances have been pretty good when I've seen him, to the point that he'll compete no problem. And here he is in top 4. I know he's played some pretty big online matches as well, which obviously a different element to play online than in person. Yeah, you thought that he did have a 3-dart finish there. Needed all 6. The first start was a pretty good marker.
It was low, yeah, hanging down. Thought it might be on. Third leg, so 2-1 lead.
I think Danny might have thought it was 2-2.
Oh, big third there from Dayson. Able to catch the triple.
Yeah, 5 kind of the minimum on every shot. And honestly, you can't have just 5s. But yeah, 5 marks will keep you in it normally, unless you run into something like we saw earlier where Danny Baggage was just raining 9s. Yeah, 5s allow you to stay in it enough to put in the 2 and 3 triple turns to take control of the leg.
Yeah, and a 3 mark that Danny opened with is just it's just not going to cut it. So he's going to have to do something special here from here on out in 5. 5, unfortunately, at this standard, is just not special. It's standard.
Dayson putting in a 9. Pumping the brakes on a Danny win here.
Finally bossing a leg. So glad to see that. And of course, you called it under game 5.
That's 6 in a row there for Dayson to close this one out. But I think this match was always set up to see who was going to win this cork. Not to say that neither one of them can break. Obviously, we've already seen Danny break in the first leg. But clearly the favorite going to be with whoever wins the cork. Looks like Danny's going to show. He's just inside the bowl.
Yeah, and you saw the reaction there. Not happy with that one. Probably not going to be good
Looks
enough.
like we got a tie. So Dayson going to put another one in there. I think that's tied the first 2.
Lots of room.
And Danny does better it. So Danny Lowby will have the start in leg number 5. Yeah, I think for Dayson, that was a very winnable cork.
5 from Danny Lauby Jr. Dason, look at this. Continuing a string of perfect darts.
Yeah, he hit a groove at the midway through that fourth leg, and he's kept it up here.
Shake of the head. That dart up at the 20 goes wide left. We've seen both of these players do that on that 20. Danny's turn to take a whack at it. But he does stay straight.
Wow. Dason, 8 out of 9 darts so far, and every dart he's thrown at the triple 19 has been in.
Yeah, just absolutely incredible standard for these two. And Danny comes from behind, takes the 18, and closes the 19.
The advantage of going first right now, the only difference. Well, Dason, you knew he couldn't stay perfect the whole way, but yeah, 2 marks probably going to spell disaster. Danny just puts in 2 triples here. He'll have command of this leg.
Yeah, and you see the reaction there from Danny. He knows.
I think you got to stay on it. I think stealing that X is too important.
100%.
He put 4 more marks in. That second dart's a triple 17. I feel like he's in a better spot. Little surprised he switched off.
Yeah, because that triple from Dason is only worth 1 mark. He takes that 17.
Well, it's only worth 3 marks. Instead, now it was worth 5.
Well, but what I'm saying is he had to have he had an X on it. So any dart that he threw at it was only going to be worth one.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, later on. He wouldn't have thrown it to 17 had Danny closed it, but yeah. Yeah, stealing those 34 points away from Dason in a leg where he's trying to come back, I think would have been more beneficial for Danny. But Danny's still in a good spot here. Oh, and that's critical there for Dason's life. He's probably done.
Yeah, that's gonna about do it. I mean, if nothing else, he's gonna need a big drop off from Danny.
He's gonna apply some pressure here. I like the move. We've seen quite a few players not close out the 3 bulls. Danny does get it done. So we've got 1 Danny into the final. We've got potential to have 2 Dannys squaring off, as Danny Baggish will take on Jason Barlow in our other semifinal. So we should have that one very shortly. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
All right, we're back. We've got the court coming in here. It looks like we've got a tie. So we'll zoom in here, see Jay Barlow's next dart. Looks like he's going to be one out. So opportunity for Danny to win the cork, but lots of opportunity for a ricochet, and it does look like he did catch the outer bowl with that fourth dart. So 2 holes in now. Jay going to step to the left and try to find that opening there. Oh, and he's unable to convert. So we are off and running in this other second semifinal. We already saw Danny Lauby Jr. make it to the final. He awaits the winner. We are watching the single elimination pro and AA pro Top Gun singles here at the BullShooter 37th Annual World Championship. And pretty standard, we see Danny Baggish starting with a 9. Came out extremely hot against Rick Henze's in the quarterfinals that we got to see. Jay going to have to do a lot to stay in it.
So we saw Danny beat Rick. Who did Jay beat to get here?
I believe Joe Cheney.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay had a pretty good run. Chris Swanson, Magneto, top 4, or actually finalist from the BullShooter Invitational on ESPN last year. And then Joe Cheney, another finalist from semifinalist from the BullShooter Invitational. So heck of a run for him.
We see Jay just put in a 9. Transferring that pressure, but Danny firing back with a 9 of his own.
Yeah, Baggish defeating Angel Rodriguez, Dustin Holt, a staple on the regional tour, and then of course Rick Henze's in the quarterfinals that we started our stream off with. Jay with a decent standard here, but Danny off and running. Closes out the first leg. Again, no harm, no foul, really. A hold of throw for all intents and purposes.
And you mentioned the ESPN Invitational. This event actually guarantees a spot to that field. So, yeah, for those that haven't seen the update, they did recently release what all qualifying criteria. So the regional tour first place finishers move into the Elite 32. And then from BullShooter Europe, there's a couple spots. From Chicago, there's 4 spots. This being one of them. Another one is the ladies Top Gun, which is going on right now as well. And then the pro singles as well as the pro AA. And then a couple of qualifiers throughout the country, Midwest, East Coast, and a West Coast. Plus, naturally, our 2 finalists from last year.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Going to find out a little bit more ourselves this weekend. We see a big shot there from Danny Baggish cleaning up the board. keeping the pressure on Jay.
And it is first and second from the Top Gun. So Danny Lauby guarantees himself an invite, and the winner of this will be guaranteed one as well.
So a little bit more moving around the board here for both these players than we've seen. I'd say we saw pretty straight cricket up until now.
Well, if there's anyone that is going to change the game, it'll be Jay. Jay and Joe Chaney are two that I can't figure out what they're going to throw at most of the time. Yeah, I truly think that it's spontaneity. Like, whatever pops into their head at that moment is what they're going to toss at.
And because they can hit triples, it's a dangerous situation. And again, they're not completely off the beaten track. We see Jay continuing to stay on that 19 and push the points.
When we talked in the last match about when Jason had the X on the number, he was able to close and score 32. I feel like that's a lot of what Jay's strategy is. Like, he's putting marks on numbers, and obviously he wants the triple, but he knows that if he misses the triple and hits a single, Danny's not going to follow him to the 15s and 16s most likely. So even he's still building kind of foundation blocks to work with on later turns, just like we've seen him do here.
Yeah, he's continuing to score and collect more ground.
You just tend to play with fire when you start pushing yourself down to the 15s and 16s, because all it takes from Danny is one big shot where he eliminates the 19, and now Jay would be battling on the 16s versus the 18s. Whereas if he was just loading up the 19s, he's got the advantage with the bigger number.
And you see Danny kind of look off to the side, pause a little bit. He knows this is a big shot.
Starting with the 19. That's a big third. But Jay's still with an opportunity here. 3 triples will take the point lead and shut everything except for the Bulls down. But back-to-back slack turns from Jay.
Yeah, just not able to stay in those trebles as consistently as we've seen from Danny. And the final couple of nails in the coffin there. You got to think for Danny in this leg. And Danny putting Jay in a very bad position, down 2-0 here. So while Jay will start the next leg, even if he's able to hold throw, Danny will get a shot to start for the match.
There it is, Danny up 2-0. CJ with the head shake. He knows he will not only have to hold here, but break and then win the 5th leg as well. And this is one of the things about Jay's game that, I mean, I've seen over the years, is he does tend to check out of games sometimes. I don't know for sure, but it felt like that third dart after he went single was just kind of chucked up there.
Good third, but if you're Jay, you got to think that's an opening. You weren't quite as punished as you thought you were going to be.
Yeah, that's much better. Big 9 mark there from Jay.
And again, we see Jay a little unorthodox, choosing to go around the board rather than score, and close the 19.
Yeah, I think most players would have opted to load up the 20, maybe take the third dart at the 19 there, but Jay, honestly, the shot that he took is more beneficial because it pushes you towards the finish line. But you have to hit the triples. That's the problem. You can't miss going that route.
Danny going to close the 16s, tries to gather the 15s as well. Jay's going to take the open number. Pretty big fight back's going to happen on those 16s. But Bagish going to feel very comfortable with his position in this match.
Jay playing with some tempo now. Ever since that first shot, he's come back with much quicker pace to his game. Well, now we see Danny throwing a leg or throwing darts away. Granted, I think this leg's over, but still don't like to see it.
Well, he chucked one at the double 15. Certainly wasn't.
He chucked all three of those.
It wasn't given the time that he normally does.
He didn't even look. He had his head turned before he threw it. That wasn't a normal Adrian Lewis no look. That was a actually didn't look. But refocused in this one. Knows that with the throw, this is his best opportunity to win this match.
You know who else drives me nuts with giving up on legs in soft tip is David Cameron.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Listen, Dave's great, and he's good enough that we're gonna see him on the stream. But man, when it goes sideways for 6 darts for Dave Cameron, there's no more thought on where they're going.
Well, and honestly, in soft tip, you never expect your opponent to miss. So if you do get down, I think there is a sense of like, well, he's not going to miss, so I lose this leg. But we see it happen. I mean, guys throw 2 and 3 marks, and then it's your opening. You got to take advantage. But, yeah, I understand the sense of defeat. As we see Danny put in a big 9 mark.
Yeah, I think the opportunity for this leg was probably Jay's last shot. Not to say he won't get another, but that seems like the biggest opportunity.
He's going to need help from Danny.
Yep.
At this point. Danny not going to oblige.
Well, again, that you got to think that's best case scenario for him.
5s are probably good for Danny from here, though. With the lead he has, knowing that he has the 20, a 5 mark now will close both the 16s and 15s and send him into the bull with a 14-point lead, plus maybe 15. No. But even 9-15s does not get the lead for Jay.
So remember, this is semifinal number 2. So we will be watching the final following this. Looking like it's going to be Danny on Danny. There it is. Confirmation. Danny Bagish against Danny Lauby Sr. in our final of the Top Gun Pro / Double A singles here at the BullShooter 37th Annual World Championship. So, with that berth also comes some invites to the Invitational in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that final.
right, we are back. We've got our final of the Top Gun Pro AA. Both of these men have now qualified for our ESPN Invitational coming up in August in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yeah, they're going to be battling it out on a Thursday down to the top 4. To then go live on Friday. Am I not remembering how that works out?
So last year we did Friday and then played on Saturday. If it is now Thursday and Friday, I may have to recheck the schedule.
I am.
But either way, we've got a final here. So both of these men should be in attendance as they have now qualified. And Danny Lauby wins the cork and opens with a pile of 20s. We were kind of talking off air before this match come on about who we thought was probably the favorite coming into it, just based on current form. I think we both kind of agreed that Danny Baggish put in more big shots, so he probably has a slight edge. But both of these players certainly capable. Would not be surprised to see either outcome. And honestly, prior to seeing it, you probably could have pegged either one. Just so happens that Danny Baggish has just been putting in a lot of 9 marks in the couple of matches that we've seen. Although starting slow here.
Well, and as you called in the previous match with Dayson, though, I mean, these are set up. This format is set up to go all the way, because you can have a really bad leg. Even if you start in the first leg, you win the cork and then completely blow it. You're going to get to go first in the very next leg. So these are set up to go to deciders.
Yeah, loser starts format. We just seem to get there quite a bit.
Yep, it's got to be who's got the biggest cork muscle. Or who's comfy enough to turn the tide. Baggish taking a chance there, trying to snag the 20. Needs to do something here.
Actually, looking at the flyer, it looks like you were correct. It says August 3rd and 4th, and the 4th is Friday. So, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was a Friday last year, too.
I remember being there on that Friday because it was the 4th. And it was my wife's birthday, which it's Friday the 4th this year.
Some decisions to be made in the Fair household.
No, she's coming with.
Oh, fair enough.
We're actually doing prior to. We're going to do Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and then shoot over.
Huh.
As Danny Lauby puts a stranglehold on this leg. But I thought we were going to be there until late Thursday and then driving over. Sounds like we're heading over early Thursday.
Or late Wednesday.
Well, the hotel's booked through Thursday night, so.
I feel like the cancellation policy is probably, it gives you a couple of months.
Not on Priceline. Nope, you got to pay extra for free cancellation on Priceline.
Oh, Dad's a baller on a budget.
That's right.
I love it. All right, one bull away here. To send us to the second leg. Again, we're watching the finals of the Top Gun Pro AA men's singles here at the BullShooter 37th Annual World Championships.
So not the best average there, 4.64 from Lauby to win the first leg, but job done. Leg on the board. And Baggish certainly not hitting the highs that we've seen in the last couple matches.
Yeah, Baggish's marks are sluggish. I think any of the previous opponents for both of these guys would have saw that their average in that last leg and been surprised.
Oh, he's going to get a look. And he nails it. You see the snarl. So a pile of 19s, scoring 114, and closing the 20s with a triple. Baggage going to elect to go for the 17s instead of the 18s. Well, if his intention was to switch to the 19, that's a great shot. And I think that was premeditated right there. Great shot there by Danny.
Yeah, a little bit more of a manageable change, but Laube right back in the triples.
3 9s in a row here. Baggage is going to have to answer again. Well, it won't be a 9. Will it at least be 7? Yes. So a 20-point lead here for Laube. Could go around the horn, 17, 16, 15. Shut it all down. Ooh.
I don't like that.
No, I'm trying to think about whether I like it or not.
I don't like that at all.
No, I think you committed yourself to the 18 when you went at it on the first start.
Because I think best case scenario, let's say the 16 goes in.
Danny comes up and whacks the 15s. But Danny with another 9 mark. So things are heating up. Both players averaging 7 marks a turn.
Yeah, no, I hated that shot.
Let them know how you really feel.
It made absolutely no sense. Like I said, the upshot after you miss the 18 is not there. Oh, Danny's going to take all 3 to close the 15.
That is a huge opportunity for Laube. 4 bulls gets him a look at the win in this leg. Well, he missed that one. I think that 16 is definitely going to go away. No, he stays there.
Well, yeah, I think he had a chance to move it.
Still get the point lead. We've just seen him play so aggressive. I thought for sure the 16 would go away and he'd force Baggage to have to hit it. And Baggage will. So we are tied up at 1 leg apiece. But a much better leg that time around. Average is starting to climb to the heights that we're expecting to see out of these two.
So up next, we will have the ladies Pro AA finals, which will feature. I need to pull them back up. I think it was Chris Grimmel waiting for the winner of another women's match. So it doesn't look like it's set just yet. It's Abby Spot and Paula Murphy battling it out in the top side of that bracket.
Another 9 mark there from Danny. Laube, that is. Guess we got to specify in this one. Going first, averaging 7.5. Will typically take 8 or 9 to beat 7.5 from the guy going first.
And another one. Baggage gonna. Oh, I didn't know how that was, if that was well received or not. Laube, little stone face there initially. Baggage initiating contact.
Well, he's got a little bit of a smirk now. I don't think it does Danny Laube any favors because he tends to play better when he plays aggressive, like with a little bit of anger.
No, I would agree with that. He's got a little snarl.
Mm-hmm. The old John Part snarl. Or Gary Anderson. I swear Gary Anderson plays better Mad.
I definitely I think, well, you've got a story, but yeah, I think his friends wind him up for that exact reason. Oh, and he chucks in the double 15. He almost left a little bit of the door open here. Shuts down the bull. Lauby Jr. 3 bulls away from a 2-1 lead in this final. Oh, he thought he was going to 2-dart it. It's going to take him 3.
Job done. So he moves on the hill for the title. And Danny Baggish will have to win the next 2 straight. Good news is he gets to go first in this one.
And there'll be a cork to decide who goes first in the last one.
If needed.
If needed.
Lauby has certainly settled in. Big 180 there from Baggish. Put some separation between he and Danny.
Yeah, and I think a telling sign, Danny not moving around the board after finding that treble 20. We've seen him be pretty aggressive with advancing the game as well.
Looks like he's looking down. He does. Another 9 mark.
And this comes down to all that pressure experience that that Danny's been gathering over the last couple of years.
As you stated earlier, built for 5. Flex your cork muscle. That's how you win events.
Well, and in the 3 matches, this is our 4th match that we've seen in this. We've seen one person throw at 1 double. I think also very telling. Danny again. The Baggish. Little snarl as he walks back. Bossing this leg from the front. Tied in averages will almost always favor the man that is going first.
Does he clean it up? No. Single 8 ski. Not a 3-dart finish for Lauby. So he'll need to pile in the bull.
Oh, you see the just a little frustration there as the second dart goes wide.
So 1 bull. This is just practice for the upcoming cork. Here it is.
It looked like a good one if it was going to be a cork.
Yeah, it wasn't a double, but still pretty centered. So it looks like Lauby to show first. Well, it bounces out. And then he puts one just outside the double.
I think that was a good thing for the first dart.
Completely agree. Yeah, I think that first one was low. But the second one gets the job done for Lauby. So he will have the start. It all comes down to that. Advantage Lauby. That's where we're at.
Yep. We kind of tipped Baggish at the beginning, but after winning the cork there, I don't think he can point any other direction. Siri felt we needed a little break there, a little musical interlude.
So Baggish is going to win this. He's going to need to put in 9s. 7s, answering 7s. Still advantage Lauby.
In minor detail, but does Baggish normally play with headphones?
I noticed that in the last match after he won the game, he took him out. I'm going to say no because I'm used to seeing Danny play in still tip events where it's not allowed. But I don't remember him playing in headphones in soft tip events. Danny's usually a very conversational player. So headphones hinder that. So I don't believe. I think this is something new for him. But a shot that'll make Lauby think about it. And you see him thinking, think long, think wrong. Well, and that shot from Baggish forced that air from Danny Lauby. And now Baggish has taken control of this leg. Should go at the 17th. Minimum of 5. You close the number, you get the point lead. Staying there for 7. So a 44-point lead plus 2 numbers now for Danny Baggish. And Lauby's going to need some big shots.
And takes 3 marks out of Danny's hand the rest of this leg. He chucks 1 at the 18. If he finds a triple, he's going to lose 1. And as soon as he finds that triple 17, he's going to lose 2.
See Lauby back here shaking his head. That one poor shot on the 17s. And Baggish punished. That's a good recovery there from Baggish. Just narrowly missing the 16s and puts in a pile of 17s for 102 to extend that lead.
Ooh, 5 from Lauby Jr.
Yeah, so Baggish now coming to the board with the point lead. Back to score. Increases his lead to 70. Plus takes away the 16s. I think we see our 2 ladies that we'll be getting after this there in the background. Looks like Chris and Paula sitting there waiting to come up and play for the women's Top Gun.
We're going to be in for a doozy there, too.
Yeah, any tournament that those 2 are at, it's hard to say that they're not going to meet in the final. They're just so good and so consistent. As Baggish puts a stranglehold on this leg.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing that Danny could have done there is maybe closed out and found a double bull. And if Baggish doesn't find the 3 bulls, been very consistent on closing these out.
And there it is. So Danny Baggish gets the job done. He is your Top Gun Pro AA winner. For Danny Lauby, commiserations in second place, but still a very successful event. Not only does he get a pretty good size check for second place, but also books his place into the ESPN Invitational in August. So, yeah, a great match there. Kind of as expected when you really come down to it. It went 5 legs. But Danny able to overcome the cork there in the 5th. So probably won't see that too often this weekend, but Baggish proving us wrong.
Well, proving us right in the very end.
I guess that's true.
But tough to bet against the guy that wins the cork when you're finally there. But don't go anywhere. We will have the ladies' final between Paula Murphy and Chris Grimmel coming up next.
Yeah, 2 more players that'll be playing in the ESPN Invitational. All right. We are back for our women's pro Top Gun. We've got Chris Grimmel taking on Paula Murphy.
A classic Florida matchup.
Yeah, 2 ladies are very familiar with each other. Chris looking all slim.
Now, I don't want to put this on him too much, but I mean, it's completely possible that we only see a half a click lower averages from these ladies. If not,
it's possible we see higher. Like, I've seen both of these ladies average above the 5.5 range that we were seeing consistently through that last final. One thing I'm anxious to see, because the last couple times I've seen her play, there has been signs of dartitis is Chris's game, and I am not seeing any of that to this point.
No, she looks like she's firing away.
And to be quite candid, even when Chris was struggling with what appeared to be dartitis, still winning with her B and C game, which is just a testament to how good her A game really is.
So both ladies not having having the confidence to come off the opening number just yet. Depending on this last start, we may see that change. Again, greatly appreciate everybody for joining us over on the YouTubes.
Chris putting in 120, looking to shut down that 19, finds a single. Chris also getting her steps in. Walking to the clear back of the bullpen.
Yeah, we've seen Chris. Was she playing with Jay Barlow and playing patty cake?
Dustin Holt.
Dustin Holt.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Yep. I will not forget that one because we kind of beat a dead horse with Dustin early on when Dustin was kind of coming around a bit more and starting to win some things about his temperament and how frustrated he would get. And then I saw them two play together in the event you're talking about, and Chris kept him completely calm, like playing around, playing patty cake. Like I think she had him sit on the floor. Like yeah. Just great job of being an excellent partner and leader by Chris in that event. So yeah, I will never forget that one.
So these ladies going for the round record.
Well, we're going to get a new number involved now, as Chris does finally take the 19s. Paula electing to go for the 17s, but into the 2 with the first 2 darts. Does manage a triple with the third.
On the hip on the on that last dart at the 17. Chris wanting to close it out. Needs another to keep the pressure on. Doesn't happen. May see Chris start on the 17 here.
She's been pretty consistent at first start at the point.
Well, now she's playing aggressive over to the 18 and trips on the 17. So this ladies' final starting to take a little shape here in the first leg.
Pile of 18s there for Paula to pull back to within 60. Not anymore. Another solid shot there from Chris. So Paula relegated to the 16s and 15s.
Chris getting some more backward steps in. The 20 almost feels out of habit at this point.
Yeah, I think she's playing a very old school style of cricket, where you point on your first dart no matter what.
Paula trying to geek herself up there. Chris not even messing with that 16. Chris with another 60. So she's really kind of letting Paula tee off on this 16. And Paula will continually get frustrated because she knows she's getting continual shots at the same target and not really taking advantage of it. Finally, Chris comfortable enough to start on the 16s. And third dart finds the treble. So is she still comfortable to start? Little exchange there from the ladies. The answer is no, but she does chuck in 80 more points. Making sure that there's no options here for Paula. It's 9 or nothing. There she goes. Treble 20, treble 15. Bullseye. Just 2 bulls away from putting this first leg away. There it is. Shoulder and the hip into the third dart. Closes the bull in the first leg. Paula then to get us started. We will have the open final on the men's side forthcoming.
Who we got?
It'll be Alan Bugg taking on the winner of Tim Eisner and Colin Rath.
All right.
So Philly versus the South. Was Alan Bugg an Atlanta guy? Where was Alan Bugg from?
I'm pretty sure Atlanta area. But Tim Eisner's not from the South, is he?
Oh, I guess I looked straight past when I said that this is what the match I was looking for was Colin Rath over Eric Schmidt. So yes, you're exactly right. I apologize to Tim. I'm not writing you off. I was just looking at a different part of the bracket, sir.
Yeah, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tim's a Wisconsin guy. So pretty spread out for U.S. players. We got, the South with Atlanta, and then you got the East with Philly, plus Upper Midwest with Wisconsin. Sorry, West Coast. Do better. Although Hoot Allen Bug beat. Please be a West Coast player.
How funny would that be?
Like Mike Carter?
Nope, I believe Nate Borland.
Oh, so is another Midwest guy. Okay.
Oh, did I skip an entire part of this?
Yes, it looks
bracket?
like you did. So that's none of what Gordon just said is correct.
No, it's really not.
There's a whole nother section of the bracket. So meanwhile, while the ladies are playing, Chris putting in a big 7 mark there to take the lead.
Oh my gosh, this view stinks.
I will say you're using a laptop monitor and that bracket is massive. So you probably need to toggle it down. Paula going to get rid of that 18 with a 1-point lead.
Well, I was close. So, on the bottom side of that bracket, we have. Let me see if I can keep going. All right, I'm at the bottom. Mike Lapine taking on Justin Elrod for a spot in the final. And on the higher side, we're going to have the winner of Tim Eisner and Colin Rath take on Alan Bug for the opportunity to go to that final.
Gotcha. So you're just missing the entire bottom part of the bracket.
Yeah.
That's all.
Details.
Chris plugging away on the 17s to retake the point lead.
Paula with a wayward third. So still a little bit of an opportunity here for Chrissy.
Yeah, you feel like one of these ladies needs to put in a 7 or a 9 to kind of swing momentum. They keep exchanging these 4 and 5 mark rounds.
Oh, Chrissy takes a shot.
Ooh, bit of a blocker. She gonna go for it? Well, she stayed on the 19. I thought with her being what looked to be blocked, she would have switched to the 17 there. So only 57 scored. Now a triple 17 will take the point lead for Chrissy. And she looks blocked.
Oh, 2 just high.
Well,
Oh, what a dart.
yeah.
The understacker somehow.
She has kind of an odd flight path, so I could see how it would go, but I didn't think she was going to find her way through. Does Paula take a look at it this time? No, she stays on the 19s for 7 marks.
So both ladies not willing to take chances.
Yeah, they've kind of dug in on their respective numbers and just pointed away, which is advantage Paula. She's getting an extra 6 points per triple.
Oh, and what a shot there from Chrissy, coming up with 6. Take a 4-point lead. You see all the hip and shoulder and everything that goes into that third dart.
Those look perfectly stacked in there for a third. This time she does go for the 17s.
Yeah, 110-point deficit here for Chrissy Grimmel. So even 2 trebles not going to completely dig her out of that hole. Oh, I was going to say, but 7 will. Paula closing the 17s, advancing the game. Had a feeling we were going to see a treble 19 there. She does find the single, so Chrissy's going to have to open up a new number, most likely the 16s. Oh, and a big 7 mark. Get a small point lead here. You're watching the finals of the women's Top Gun. Paula Murphy and Chrissy Grimmel here at the BullShooter 37th Annual World Championships in Chicago.
Big third there by Paula. Finding the triple 19 for 76.
These ladies maintaining an excellent level of play here. Another 7 from Chrissy. More hip, more shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know how her third dart goes in every time, but it seems to work. She's halfway to the board when she lets it go.
There could be an opportunity in this leg here if Chrissy finds the first dart treble. She does. Is she going to take a shot? She does and finds the treble 19. So Chrissy very patient this entire leg, looking for an opening, and finds it and hits it.
Paula not able to find a triple with either her first 2 darts or her third. So big advantage now for Chrissy to go up 2-0.
There it is, closed and scored. Paula shuts down the bull. Chrissy Grimmel looking like a woman on a mission here. Marching around back behind the line. Looking for the closeout, and you see what every one of those darts meant to her. Paula, it does appear that she is going to be the recipient of a 2-0 deficit. Which we always always talk about it. Format extremely tough. To come back from. But it all starts right here. You got to win your leg. Both of our heads.
I've seen Paula score on 19s in 01 and still tip. Just electing to do it. She's more comfortable on it. I don't know that I've ever seen her just start a cricket game on the 19s, but especially with the way Chrissy's hitting the 20s. But you got to go with what you're comfortable with and what you think will work. So, yeah, I understand it from Paula, but a player of her caliber, I feel like she'd probably be better off throwing at the 20. As we see Paula once again with 2 triple 19s.
And no triple for Chrissy. So Paula gearing up. Try to take that 20 down. Her plan working out exactly as she would have drawn it up. Not only does she have the lead, but she also has her 19s intact.
Yeah, averaging 6 marks a turn here through 9 darts. But never out is Chris Grimmel as she fires in a 9 mark, pile and a half on the 18s. And then just takes a little stroll. I think Paul's third dart misregistered there. So she's going to do the fair and honest thing. Back it up.
Should be said, I don't think she had to do that. I think it's shooter's advantage. I think it's shooter's advantage here. I could be wrong. $57 on the 19s. And look at those ladies' averages. We're in the third leg here. Chris Grimmel is up 2-0. Finding spots in both of the previous legs to really turn it. 3/4 of the way through the leg. Gonna look to do the same here. She's been very patient in picking her spots. Continually throwing at the same treble for as long as pretty much Paula will deal with it.
Paula putting in 76 on the 19s. Oh, Chris gonna have a slack turn here. An opening for Paula. Chris is only gonna find one mark. Paula staying on those 19s.
So it is Colin Rath versus Alan Bug in the top side of that bracket. And if I do not make the same mistake again, I go all the way to the bottom. I'll continue to go just to make sure. And it is Mike Lapine who's going to be in the final waiting. Which, again, we will have that final here in the bullpen following the ladies. Really, the spacing of these matches could have been set up. Couldn't have been set up better. So when will Chrissy Grimmel make her move in this leg? Looks like Paula's going to push her here. Probably see another dart at the 19. Did, but it goes wayward, so Chrissy going to need to find a new number. $17 makes the most sense. Oh, Chrissy off script. Shooting one over at the 19. Paula, though, takes advantage, shuts down the 19, or shuts down the 17, and another 57 points. So you see the 137-point deficit for Chrissy. It's going to have to do something special on these corners to come back. And forced error there. Probably the most rattled and by far the worst turn we've seen from Chrissy in this match thus far.
Paula's going to make her pay. Closing both corners and putting in a bull.
Yeah, Paula just settling in there. Stroking what's needed. We're going to be headed to the fourth leg. 2-1 Chrissy. And Chrissy does the literal no look. One more bull. There it is. So Paula, that was kind of the easy one. That was the one with the start. And now if we're going to see a deciding leg, she's going to have to overcome Chrissy Grimmel. And what could be the final leg here in this women's final.
Chris opening with a 180, closing and scoring 120 points. So an early deficit for Paula if she wants to stay in this match. And only 3 marks. So now for Chris, she just needs to stay straight. 1 triple a turn will certainly be enough. Got to be the right triple. And you need the other two to count, but she does get the 19s out of the way.
Paula moving over to the other 19, the 17s. She finds a 9 mark. Great shot. Chrissy only 2 20s, so she clearly had something to say about that shot as she walks past Paula. Paula's staying hot on the 17s. Could be 6 in a row. Oh, almost. I like the spirit that this match is being played in. The ladies are clearly taking it serious, but finding some levity in the middle of it.
Paul looking up. Snags the 20. Big shot there by Paul, averaging 6.5 marks a turn. In a leg she has to win going second.
Yeah, she found something there at the back end of that last leg. She just, I think it was the lack of pressure that Chris had her in, and she was just able to settle in just that little bit more.
And it's got to be said, Chris opened with a 180 in this leg. Well, Paula just finding 2 triples a turn.
Yeah, just not bothered. Oh, and only 1 treble with 2 more on the wire for Chrissy Grimmel. Paula was comfortable last time to chuck a couple up there. It looks like she's going to reverse course, go back to that honeypot on the 17. We have seen a 9 mark on the 18 from Chrissy. There's a big 7 mark to draw this one back close.
We see Paula's average starting to slide down a little bit. Meanwhile, Chrissy pulling hers up. If they meet in the middle, you got to feel like it's advantage Chris, as she is going first in this leg.
Oh, and just on the outside, but she does take a pretty big lead here. Starting to wrestle that start back away from Paula. But Paula's going to have none of it. Starts in the trouble. Finishes in the trouble. And the big switch there, too, is now Chrissy's going to be fighting a smaller number against Paula's 17s. Never mind. Chrissy going to tie it up and take the 17 away, putting Paula on the shot. She most likely will go over to those 15s, try to grab some points. We may see a hero shot back, and the opening. Good job from Paula to stick in there, find the treble. that from Chrissy. 7 mark. Chrissy gonna let Paula know about that one.
Paula gonna fire back with 4 bulls. But Chrissy only needs 3 to take the title.
Oh, okay. A little bit of an interesting turn of events. Fairly straightforward 3-dart finish here. Still on. It's not going to happen now. Paula chucks one over. So only 2 bulls this time needed from Chrissy Grimmel. I think Paula was trying to play defense that time. So for the title, 1 more bull for Chrissy Grimmel. Oh, and she's going to have to wait another turn if she comes back. Because the finish is still there.
2 and 2.
2 bulls and a 16. I think we're going to see it.
2 16.
Oh, this would be dirty. Look at Chrissy getting into position.
She whacks it.
Paula giving the point. I had a feeling she was going to stick in there. So Cork coming in for the deciding leg. These ladies have to be splitting, right?
It's an awfully friendly match, but I don't know. So Paula does take the cork. She will have the start in leg number 5.
Yeah, sloppy darts down the line there from Chrissy to close it out.
Paula going to stay true to form. Start on the 19s.
Only 4 this time.
Chris going to put in 7 20s.
And back to taking a walk. And Paula going to take a walk after a flying 16. There's the treble 19.
Oh, a slack visit there from Chrissy. Only finding 120. So opportunity for Paula. Put some distance between her and Chrissy in this leg. She takes a stab at that 20 with the first one. She's going to follow the 1 mark with a 2 mark.
The wheels coming off here a little bit.
Yeah, neither player really playing to the level we've seen throughout this whole match. Wonder if the pressure of the fifth and deciding leg is getting to these women.
Yeah, even with as much experience as both these ladies have, and even if there is no distinction in terms of the monetary compensation, both will want this title. Paula taking Chrissy's 20 away.
Yeah, tried to get the 18s as well. Only found 2 singles. Triple there would have been a bit of a dagger. Instead, Chrissy going to open it up. Plus score 18.
Now, I will say, once in front, Paula has been a better front runner.
She's got a mark on the 16s to work with. She's firing at it, but missed into the 7.
Now, I think Chrissy would be wise to try to take that 16 for the exact same reason we were talking earlier. Taking marks out of Paula's hand. But she also may have seen what Paula did to her on the 17s in the last leg. Plenty of different ways to look at it. And Paula only up 17 points.
Yeah, Lex to close the 17s with an X on the 16. And Chris is going to make her pay. Taking control of this leg with a 7 mark on the 16s.
Chrissy back to running her mouth. Coming straight back down the line on Paula. Was not able to close it out the last time. Can she find 6 or 9 here? Well, heck, she could do it in 3.
So it's looking like Chrissy's to lose. Unless Paula's got some heroics in her.
Again, we will have the finals of the open bracket coming up next. Both of these ladies, we should mention again, do get a bid into the Invitational, the BullShooter Invitational, which the Final 4 will air live on ESPN2. There it is, Chrissy Grimmel, your winner in the deciding leg here in the women's Top Gun event at the 37th Annual BullShooter World Championships. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that men's final right after this. All right, we got the Open on the ladies' side. I'm not good at this whole bracket thing.
Okay. So, not good at the bracket thing. What are you good
Valid, valid question. Valid question. So, before we see the Open on the men's side, we're gonna see these ladies face off. It's Lane Lysak and do you know how to say
at? Rachna?
Rashna, David?
Rachna David? The Norwegian ladies player. I was saying, I every now and again we get a foreign player that slips through the cracks. I think Rachna slipped through the cracks. She's made, and not early doors, not playing the great, but she's played in some ladies World Masters where I'm pretty sure she's had some good runs. Just watched BullShooter Europe. Where she played very well for Team Norway to keep her team in the final, which they did end up losing to Team USA. But yeah, don't let the first two turns get you thinking that she's gonna be easy to beat here, because she's a player.
Now we will have to see. I believe we're doing 3 out of 5 in this one as well. But we have already seen a little bit of a deviation, as they did not cork. It was flip and go. So that tells me maybe they're 2 out of 3. But we'll have to keep track of that. So as you mentioned, early doors, Rashna not off to the races. But Lane doing a good job. Taking advantage, continuing the
Yeah, so just a little bit of background on Rachna. So, World Masters in 2022, she was a ladies quarterfinalist and has twice made the last 16 of the Ladies World Championships, as well as the last 16 of the World Trophy in 2014. So, bit of pedigree there for one of our Open ladies players. Lane, the daughter of Russ Lysak, who has been around for quite a while, one of the original CDC competitors. Haven't seen him in a while, but she picked up the game that her father enjoyed, and she's actually been coming on pretty strong as of late as well. As we see there, her putting in a pile of 20s. Rachna very aggressive. I've never seen Rachna play cricket.
I was just gonna say, it's always interesting to see how they do. But if she's playing in the BullShooter Europe,
She's at least played cricket.
right?
Now, is her strategy tuned? Probably not. But she at least knows what to throw at. I mean, it's not as if she thinks that you have to hit triples or anything. That's one of my favorite stories, the Allen Tavern.
Oh,
So
I remember the Peachtree.
yes,
Yeah.
quick story. They held the Peachtree Open in Atlanta same weekend as the PDC event here. Allen Tavern, PDC professional player, was top 10 at the time, I believe. Plays Darren Young first round. Darren goes single, single, single. Allen walks up, triple, triple. Darren looks at him and was like, and actually stops him like, Allen, buddy, they're closed. And he turns around, he's like, but you didn't hit a treble. Like, he thought that you had to hit a treble on every number in order to close them. So he tells Darren, You follow me around, tell me what to shoot at, I'll give you half my winnings. Alan Tavern ends up winning the event. All with borrowed darts because his luggage got lost.
I was wondering if you remembered that particular portion of the story.
So, yeah, at the end of the day, if you hit more triples than the other guy, you're still going to win more often than not. I'm pretty sure he won one of the PDC events that weekend as well. All with Steve Maish darts.
The best St. Helens player before Chizzy and then before Michael Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know of any old-time St. Helens players, but definitely Chizzy and Michael Smith are the pedigree right now.
So 2 bulls away here for Lane to take the first leg.
Yeah, averaging 4.25. Very formidable. But got to finish it up. Solid hat trick there from Rashna. But still a 52-point lead for Lane. Only needs 2 bulls.
Yeah, so no finish even if Rashna can get back to the board, which she will not. Unless you count her starting the next leg.
Hey.
Oh, I thought you just remembered that.
No. No, I have my cheat sheet.
We have a soundboard in front of us.
We only have 8 buttons.
Yeah. He looked around and I was like, "Oh crap, you remembered that from last year."
I knew we had it on there. I just had to remember where it was.
The cheat sheet was right next door to it. So, early doors opening for Lane.
Yeah, and she's going to step right through with a big 7 mark open.
So pedigree or not, Rashna in some danger here. Hope no one was writing Lane off at the beginning of this match.
No, I mean, they've played a whole event, so you got to believe that Lane has played very well to get to the final. As I said, I think Raja may have slipped through the cracks, but that doesn't guarantee anything. She still has to perform. And right now, Lane seems to be the one stepping up.
Yeah, I like the board management there. Snagging some more points. And again, aggressive. From Rashna. Knowing that she had that triple in her back pocket, though, was probably pretty handy.
Lane. Ooh, so back and forth. Interesting shot there, but she does manage to find the triple 18, so all is well.
Yeah, honestly, just wrong order. If
Yeah, I like closing 18s in that spot. But once you put a dart on the 19 and you hit a single, you kind of expect to stay there with all 3. But Rashna going to put in a 9 mark, closing the 18s and a pile of 19s, taking a 109-point lead.
Yeah, Rashna's starting to settle in here. Lane does get it closed. I was afraid that that last one may have kicked out on her.
Looks like Uncle Jeff is in the chat, rooting on Lane.
So Lane needs to find a treble. Probably 2 trebles. There's the first. Just to start to peg back in this leg. Rashna finding her scoring boots. Oh, and only finds 2. So pretty clear opening here for Rashna to take this to a decider. Or I'm sorry, leg 3. We'll find out if that's a decider.
All right, I got to ask. If your niece usurped you as the best dart player in the family, how would that make you feel?
I'd have mixed feelings. I'd have mixed. Well, it depends. I mean, in my family, that probably she turned out pretty well.
Okay. I'm just curious if anyone else has an opinion on that.
In my family, she better bring her lunch. She gonna come to Uncle Gordon's house. So very small opening here. Lane really needed to fill it up. It's not going to happen. So we're looking at probably a leg 3 again. We'll see what exactly that means. This is the finals of the Open Women's Top Gun here at the 37th annual BullShooter World Championship. We thought we were going to see the men next. We got the women.
They were ready.
They were ready to go. Exactly. And we do have our final in the other set. It will be Alan Bug taking on.
Solid 5 mark there from Lane. She's honestly pulling back into this leg.
Mike Lapine.
Rachna hit that big 9 mark and kind of put some separation between her and Lane, but Lane is not giving up in this leg.
Oh, and what a dart.
That may be the dagger, though, for this one.
Yeah, 2 bulls. Probably not enough. Rashna 3 to close it out in the second leg. Be 1 apiece. There it is. So, again, we'll wait with bated breath here.
So Lane starting us out in leg number 3.
So, it looks like it is best of 5.
Ooh, and the first slack start we've seen from Lane. She's been starting pretty strong. And honestly, the opposite for Rachna in legs. She's started pretty slow and then sort of come on towards the middle and end of legs. And again, only 1 mark to follow the 2.
very first leg that Lane won, she pretty much capitalized on the head start that Rashna gave her. So if she doesn't do that again, if the trends continue, Rashna could get into a groove and overtake through the middle part and finish to the leg.
Well, and if my memory's correct, I mean, Lane has been at or slightly above a 4 in both of the legs. Rashna was in the 3.2-ish range of the first leg, but then stepped it up to like a 4.3 in the last one. So I imagine Lane will stay consistent at that 4, and it's all down to, does Rasha revert back to the 3s, or does she stay in the mid 4s? Because if Lane can continue a 4.0 average throughout, that's pretty strong. I think that's going to be good enough.
Ooh, and slack third. So opportunity here for Lane. She can find a treble. Oh, is she going to stay there to try to close? No, she's going to find 60 more. Great shot.
Yeah, pin the center of the triple 20 with that third dart.
Rosh not afraid to go off script in the middle of legs.
Lane getting rid of that 19 and finding a triple 17. Big 6 mark 2 triple turn. Climbing that average back towards the 4.0.
Getting to the part of the leg where Rashna usually starts to kind of kick in. Lane's going to want to keep her at arm's length, though. Try to fend off. And there's a great dart on that 18. With a little...
Salt Bay double 17 there.
little extra on the 17. Now this Rashna spike is going to have to be extra good. And it's starting off pretty good. She knows she can play before the the 6th round. It's just so weird that it's been so consistent. Lane again finds an outside double.
Rashna finding the triple with her third. Pulls back within 38.
Now, I liked it on the last shot where she went straight at the 16. Didn't want to give Rashna a way
Smash it.
Stay on it.
Mm-hmm. Get rid of it. Make Rashna have to hit bulls. Oh, but you got to stay straight. So Rashna now with a triple 15 can take the lead. And we know she plays aggressive, so if she may even take shot 17 down. Well, there's the lead. She's going to reevaluate. And then she stayed there. I am shocked.
Yeah.
Well, but drilled the 17 with the last. Great shot there from Rashna.
Yeah, so the script flips. We called the late comeback from Rashna. Lane needs to chuck one at the 15.
She did.
So 3 plays 3. Rajna up first.
I don't know about you, but for me, in cricket, this is all I ever hope for.
Is the shot at 3 clear?
Mm-hmm. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I want to win it convincingly and easy, but in a leg of competitive cricket, give me one shot at 3 balls. Like, that's what I'm trying to work for, at least.
Whether you're the first there or you set up a shot to
give me a shot at 3 balls.
If they miss it,
I feel like I'm going to win more often than not. Give me a shot at 3 balls.
On Lane, not converting. So 1 plays 2 with Rajna going first. So it looks like it'll be Rajna headed into the 4th leg at 2-1 up. But no harm, no foul. Lane going to get to start the next leg. Rajna buries the bull. We do have one more final coming up on the single side of things from today's events. The Men's Open. Mike Lapine and Alan Bug. Directly following the ladies.
Ladies.
Is that a snarl?
I think it was a snort. I think she was like clearing her throat.
Oh, there's 60 for Lane. But again, I can't stop anticipating the Rajna fight back at the end of these legs. And if it comes earlier, Lane's going to be in a lot of trouble. She hasn't shown the firepower in the last leg and a half to really fight back. And this is a must-win leg for Lane. I was going to say what she wouldn't give for a triple 19 right there. It's not going to come.
It appears that the Facebook stream has finally started to work. So if you're joining us on Facebook, please go ahead and give us a like and share so we can get more people in there. Rajna, double 18 to close it out. And then goes back for more score. So Lane's going to need to find something here. Down to the 17s. Need 6 for the lead.
just outside on the treble. Lane needs a little help. Rashna over to the 19s. Okay, so opening here for Lane. Again, must-win leg for her. Rashna takes this title 3-1.
Close at 19. Great shot.
Wow.
Taking advantage of the double 17 first start. It's looking like Rashna's firing right back.
Oh.
Is it a lack of focus early in legs?
I have no idea.
Because, I mean, it's so consistent that she's poor at the beginning and strong at the end. Like, it's every time her back's against the wall, she starts to hit triples. It has to be a lack of focus.
Yeah, she's just not interested until she gets drawn in.
And then she has to do it, and, oh, okay, I'll do it.
For the heartbreaker. For the heartbreaker, she snags the triple 17. What a dart.
So, Lane now relegated to the 15s. She's only going to find 3 singles.
Yeah, Rashna can't put it away here. And certainly has shown the firepower on the back end of these legs. There's the triple 15. 3 bulls for the title.
Just as a reminder, we will have the men's open final following this. So stick around. We've got more singles action coming up.
Yep. The open final between Mike Lepine and Alan Bugg will be right after this. We'll let the players grab some practice and we'll be back off and running.
So 1 bull needed for Rashna now to take the title. And there it is. So your winner in the Ladies Open, Rashna David. Your runner-up, Lane Lysak. Again, don't go anywhere. We'll have that men's open coming up. We'll be right back. All right. The men are on it. We're back at it. Tangled in cords. We got to get it figured out. And apparently the men's open is not corking either. So, was it Mike Lapine?
Yep.
So Mike starting us out here.
Yes, sir. Now, I haven't seen Alan Bug in a hot second, but certainly a formidable player when I did previously, and looking to be the same today, starting with a 7 mark. Know less about Mike.
I'll be honest. I know the last name, because of Skylar. I don't know if it's his dad or brother or what. But yeah, certainly know the name as far as darts goes. But I don't think that I've ever seen Mike play. Allen with another 7 mark. So early doors. Looking like Allen might be the more informed player.
We are playing best 3 out of 5. We will only cork in the deciding leg in these open events. This is the final of the singles events today. The mixed triples Top Gun is underway. We will let that marinate a bit after this match. Come back to round out that event as well.
Is it gonna get juicy
It's gonna get juicy.
as it marinates? Well, it's looking like this leg is Allen's to lose. Mike putting in a pretty poor performance here, only averaging 2.86. Allen right out of 5-0. Got to imagine that Mike's played a lot better than this to get to the final.
Yeah, and these cricket legs can get away from you so fast.
So 2 bulls now for Allen. Oh, but he only gets 1. No real danger of losing this leg, though. There it is. So Alan does take leg number 1. Mike will start us out in leg number 2.
Taking a page out of Paula Murphy's book.
Yeah, elected to start on the 19s. Alan thanks him and puts in 720s.
Now, I will say, if I remember the bracket correctly, which I probably don't. I don't have a great track record on that today. But Mike, I believe, was sitting longer. I think Alan and Colin Rath was the second or the semifinal that finished last. So maybe a little bit of cobwebs here for Mike, depending on how he kept warm. Now both would have had a little bit of additional weight, just waiting on the ladies to finish up. The firepower from Alan Bug just seems to be just a half a click or full click better than Mike right now. And as I say that, Mike's starting to find something.
Yeah, it took a 2-point lead through the last start at the 20. Bit wayward.
Oh, but again, only 2 marks. Gonna leave a big hole. Have a feeling Alan Bug gonna drive right through it. Not as much as I had anticipated, but job done getting the 16s closed. Mike running out of real estate here.
Yeah. We look destined for Alan to go 2-0 up here. Well, he needs to close that 15. Doesn't do it. Little bit of an opening here for Mike if he can put in a big shot on the 15s. Not enough there for Mike.
So very interesting. I don't think either one of these guys has any fingertips on the dart.
I noticed that pretty early on, but I couldn't tell with Mike because he's a lefty. But yeah, I think both of them have a very similar grip. It's just opposite-handed.
Yeah, they're pinching between the thumb and index finger.
Yep.
Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, same thing Taylor did with a little bit of different. Pinched it right in between here. All right, leg 3. Must-win leg for Mike. He now must win all of the remaining legs. And he's going to continue to give up that 20 straight away. Allen's just punished dart after dart. Chucking up there.
So here comes Mike. A little white horse. So 7 mark followed by a white horse.
So very quickly we may be going to 2-1.
Yeah, and there were no signs that this was coming. I mean, we said it, that Mike has probably played better than what he's shown so far throughout the event today, but we hadn't really seen any signs that it was going to come out.
Alan gonna take the little piece of real estate he has and try to keep a little pressure on Mike. Mike really coming into something here. A bit of a purple patch. Said it just before this little run started. He has to win all of the remaining legs. The next one being the most difficult, or potentially the most difficult against the darts.
Mike just looks like a different player this leg. Allen gonna fire in 5 bulls to take a 1-point lead. Mike only needs 1 bull and 1 score. There's the score. A little bit of a blocker, but he gets through it. So Mike does take leg number 3. 5.67, best average we've seen in the leg so far. I was honestly waiting to see if Allen scored 2, what Mike's shot would be. Because he's been starting on the 19s.
Can't spot two 20s.
I can't spot somebody in the 20s.
So Allen playing aggressive here. Both those first 2 darts low below the triple. Would have had a clean look at it. I'm thinking about it. Is this the first leg that Allen has started?
Yes.
.76 scored for Mike. Allen still has that point lead. And he's going to extend it. Closes the 19. 80 more points. Mike going to have to find something to bring himself back in this leg and hope that Allen's not going to have an answer.
Big shot there from Allen. Setting up what looks to be the winning leg for the match and the title.
Yeah, and Mike 2 marks per turn off what we just saw him put up. Five mark, probably not enough. Both corners there for Alan Bug. Great shot. All but over. Winning shot incoming here. 3 bullseyes for the title for Alan Bug in this open event. Oh, only finds 1. But he's probably got another 33, 36 starts at this.
I think he's got enough. So 2 bulls now for Allen to bring it home. There it is. So your winner in the men's open, Alan Bug, Mike Lapine, your runner-up. So that does round out our Top Gun singles events here. We are going to take a short break, probably refresh the streams and everything, and let that triples bracket marinate and be back for some triples action. So, yeah, stay tuned. If you haven't already, go ahead and click the like and follow. That way you get notifications when we go back live with the refresh stream. But, yeah, we'll be back in a little while. Thanks.